I'll be representing Vermont for the 2012 National Geographic Bee. So I live here, rural Vermont, lots of forests, and this is my home right here. The second most rural state in the country. And so there's tons of farms, and there's a lot of good views here, and you can look out, you can see the farms and the hills and the woods. And we do our part here. We have some chickens here, and then we have a flock of sheep too. And then I can show you one of the lambs here. So this is Jorgensen, and he was born just about a month ago, and he's one of our lambs. He's a Katahdin breed of sheep, so they don't really have wool. They have hair instead. You can see the hair, and we're gonna probably eat him in the fall or maybe next spring. Yum, yum, yum. Top of our barn, there's solar panels, and my family, we get all of our electricity from the solar panels over a course of the year. You can see them there. Even though it's not that sunny here in Vermont, they still work perfectly fine. There's tons of small farms, and we're really known for our local food. In the spring, there's maple sugaring, where we tap the maple trees and make syrup. And then there's lots of farmers with their cows, and there's organic farms growing vegetables. But there's also a lot of people forage for their food, just like growing wild. And right here you can see we have some wild leeks, and these pop up really early every spring, and you can just pull them right out of the ground and eat them. They taste like a green onion. Aha! Here in Vermont is mountain biking. There's tons of trails around here, and it's really fun to just go ride through the woods. Vermont's a really great place to go backpacking or hiking. And there's the Green Mountains in Vermont. They run from down in Massachusetts all the way up to Canada. And along them is the Long Trail, which is about 270 miles long. And it's the oldest long-distance hiking trail in the U.S. or anywhere in America. And so I've hiked about half of it, and it's tons of fun. And this is my trusty hiking partner here. You can see him. His name's Shorty. Shorty, come! Shorty, come! Crisscrossed by tons of waterways, like many sizes. This is a brook here. This is Broad Brook again. And so you can go canoeing here, you can go kayaking, rafting, tubing. A lot of people do that. This would be a little small, but you can also go swimming. And there's tons of little swimming holes in Vermont that you can discover, the more you live here. And this is just one of them. So now I'm going to get in. So you can see here, this bridge is quite destroyed, because this fall there was a huge storm here. It was Tropical Storm Irene. And so it raised the water levels in the rivers and the brooks by 28 feet on average here in Vermont. And so it just took out so many roads and miles of roads and bridges, and it just destroyed them. A lot of them are still not fixed, even in the spring, like this one. This is right near my house on Broad Brook. And then, so I'm really concerned about climate change. And if I could rule the world for a day, I would try to combat global warming and climate change, because without that, then you're going to have more extreme weather events and tropical storms and droughts and floods, just like this, and it would just be terrible for the world. This is my school right here. It's the Sharon Academy in Sharon, Vermont, and it's really small, as you can see here. It's this is all there is to it, and it's 7th and 8th grade here, and we only have 40 students, so that'd probably be a lot smaller than most. So I like to take advantage of all the things our school has to offer, and even though it's really small, there is still some pretty cool things. So I do a lot of sports. I play soccer in the fall and then basketball, and in the spring I do baseball and I run track, and I also ski. And then we also have math and science competitions here, and I think my favorite class here at school would probably be social studies, and you can learn about geography there too. I love Vermont.